Hi, I'm Rosh from Energy Matters. Welcome to our podcast, Road to Zero, where we dive headfirst into all things renewable. Join us as we chat with industry experts, tech specialists, and some of your favorite TV and radio personalities, asking the renewable energy questions that you want answers to. Our goal, a zero carbon future. In this episode, we are catching up with Jimmy Tam, winners of the block in 2020 and contestants in season one of Renovate Rebuild. Hey guys, how are you?
Hey,
Great.
good. How are you?
How are you, Rosh?
Very well, thank you. Very well. We're podcasting from home today, so we're still feeling a bit of COVID in Victoria.
Yeah, that's not a good sign. But I mean, our borders are about to open, so I think we're about to get a big wave of it.
Oh, mate. I think as we were saying earlier, I feel so sorry for you guys in Queensland. You've done such a great job over the past 18 months, and now it's holiday season. It's hi COVID.
Yeah, it's inevitable, mate. Like it needs to happen. I mean, we need to get back to as a single nation. I mean, we feel so separated at the moment. It's ridiculous. So I mean, COVID's not going anywhere. We just need to all learn to live with it.
That's exactly right. Unfortunately, but it's the way it is.
Absolutely. It's inevitable, and really around the world. I mean, the great thing is the vaccination rate is high, and certainly in Victoria, New South Wales. How's it looking in Queensland?
It's actually really good.
I think it's 80, isn't it? 80%?
Yeah, I think we're hitting 80% today or Monday. So I think they're going to open the borders earlier. And I think it sort of was a little bit of a realisation to a large population of Queensland that the borders are opening. COVID is coming. So, you're best off protecting yourself best you can.
Exactly. And also, Queensland's making it super hard. Like, if you're not vaccinated, you can't do like a whole lot of things. You can't even go to the hospital or get a cup of coffee from the coffee shop or something like that. So I think people are kind of realizing they don't really have an option, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But it's just the way the world's going. No,
absolutely. It's almost unavoidable, unfortunately. But guys, look, I love working with you on Renovate and Rebuild, and we had so much fun doing and we'll get into that in a bit more depth in a little while. But really, obviously everyone who's watching this today or listening to you knows you from the block. I mean, you guys did incredibly well, didn't you, in 2020? I think you guys actually won the block, didn't you?
We did win the block, yeah. It was a controversial win, but we still got the win.
That's fantastic. I mean, was that your first appearance on television, or have you guys got a bit of a TV, any TV appearances before that?
No, that was it.
No,
I think.
When I was 6, I was in a TV ad for Mini Putt Putt. Can we add that to the? Yeah. No, that was definitely our first appearance, and reality TV. It's crazy. It's a crazy journey. It's definitely not what we expected. It was a lot more, but it was the best.
How was that experience? I mean, obviously, was it 6 months? Is it 3 months or 4 months or 6 months that you guys are on recording?
It's 3 months in total, but because of COVID, when Melbourne, the first lockdown, we got sent home for 6 weeks. So it ended up being nearly 4.5, 5 months, I think, in total that we were involved in that situation. I mean, we were pretty much in lockdown for that 6 weeks at home back in Queensland because we couldn't risk getting sick and not getting back down to Melbourne to finish the build.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. And in that period of time, we love the block and I love watching it. Are you literally away from your family for that entire period of time, or is there sort of can you sort of do some sneaky trips?
Oh, I wish.
Yeah,
I wish.
absolutely.
Unfortunately, not.
No, as Queenslanders, I mean, it's not easy to just pop down the road to see your loved ones. I mean, the Melbourne contestants have their hometown advantage, which I mean, it is what it is. But at the time, it's actually quite. It's a little bit infuriating when they do get to go home and see their family, on a daily basis or a weekly basis. And you're like, it's a bit of a bummer because, you
half
do.
The battle is being away from your family. That is mentally challenging, and it definitely affects you a lot. Yeah. So I think that is an advantage, being able to see your loved ones, because they are there to, support you, pep you up and all that sort of stuff.
Especially Harry. His wife used to bring him dinner.
How does that work?
And clean the house and bring him clean clothes.
We love Andrea. She's beautiful.
No, we got really well with Jesse and Mel. And although those guys are Melbourne based, I mean, they hired something, they had their rental like even closer to the in St Kilda, like whilst they're doing the filming. So they really sort of ensured they were close to the action.
But they did. Yeah. I forgot that they did that.
And we heard that they, out of respect, didn't see any of their family or anything during the build, which is
awesome.
That's great.
That's really nice. Really nice.
I think fundamentally for that, I mean, it literally is an endurance race, and yes, you do have to. It is half the psychological battle and being able to maintain your character. But then at the same token, I suppose it's great TV if everyone does start to sort of fray a little bit and show their true emotion.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, well, I think our 6-week break for COVID really saved the drama of our season, because it was towards the end of each of those, 6 and 8 week blocks, people were getting to the end of their tether. So, I mean, if we had have gone through the 3 months solid, I think it would have turned out to be a whole different season of the block.
Definitely. Jimmy would have lost his business.
Yeah, my temper was wearing thin.
That's just like he said, if he was involved in this season of the block, it'd be a different Jimmy that you'd see.
Yeah, wow. Oh, no. Let's get on the block again, guys. We want to see.
No way. No. It's so
we did well the first time.
Challenging. We did it well the first time, so let's just leave it at that. Hey?
And we would rather see a family that was in our situation prior to the block go on and change their family's life rather than us double dipping. So, I mean, we want to see some fresh faces.
No, good on you guys. And you're absolutely fantastic on the block. I mean, we love watching you, and, you fully deserve to win, So, well done. We think we're very proud of you guys. And what's happened since then? So, I mean, obviously Renovate and Rebuild, but, how did being on the block, I know for the first year after the block, you kind of almost under contract with 9, where there's certain things you have to do, certain sponsors or whatever you have to work with. I mean, how did you find that 12 months following the block, and obviously now into now where you're pretty much free to do your own thing? What's changed?
Everything.
Everything's changed, and that first 12 months is actually really tough, because you've been given this platform to try and change your life and make something of it, and the pressure of that, trying to achieve something new, a life-changing career, like trying to get that is really tough and really, really trying at times. And you do get a little bit of imposter syndrome as well, because people do want you to do stuff, and you're like, I'm not qualified for this, but they want you to do it. And obviously we've proven on the show that Tam has a natural knack for design. And, we can do that sort of stuff. So you've just got to run with it and see what comes of it.
You do, definitely. And we've had so many amazing opportunities presented to us throughout our journey. It's been incredible, and we're still so blessed for that.
Yeah.
But you do have fear of self-doubt. Like, you doubt yourself a lot, and it is hard. It's really hard. But you've just got to remember you were chosen to do the block for a reason, and we did prove ourselves. And we're actually really humbled by how we've done throughout the whole process. So we're pretty happy.
And we've had lots of fun along the way. I mean, we've filmed the first season of Renovate Rebuild.
Yep.
We're co-hosting Open Homes Australia as well. So, I mean, still being in that TV sort of world, it's lots of fun, because, I mean, I'm a plumber. Tam's a barmaid. So, I mean, hosting TV is a lot more fun than jumping around muddy trenches, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, no, I like serving beers at the pub. That was pretty good.
Oh, we'll go get a job.
Okay, you heard it here first, people. Mate, I can see you guys building your own bar, and it's actually standing for something, and then maybe Tam may or may not serve a few drinks just to welcome the crowd as they come in. But you guys have obviously proven to be exceptionally talented. I know you did a piece of work. This may have been a while ago. Was it a Mitre 10 or something in near around Sunny Coast?
Yeah. We did a Nambour Mitre 10 lunchroom in a function space, which was really fun.
It was awesome. And it was so nice to be able to be creative again. We really, I don't know, we did something different with this. It was quite a different design. It was a bit more daring, and it was lots of fun. And it was really cool doing it for Mitre 10, because they are such, Sunshine Mitre 10, I should say, they are such a a beautiful business. They really look after their employees, and knowing that they were creating this space for their employees was something that we were really excited about, and they all loved it. So,
and because it's a lunchroom, we could have a lot more fun with it, a lot more freedom. So, because they wanted it to be bright and inviting, and somewhere that the employees wanted to go and be proud of. So it was great.
It was great.
And how does it work now? So do you find that you have different organisations contacting you? Obviously, you guys are doing a fair bit of presenting now, especially yourself, Jimmy. With Open Homes, which is awesome, and we're going to work together a few times on that, which is really cool, awesome, and a few beers coming out more than likely in the very near future.
No, you're talking about we never have beers.
Doesn't mind.
And but when it comes to other projects like design projects, how does that work? Do you just find people are contacting you via Insta and saying, look, can you guys have a look at this?
Yeah, basically we do get a lot of people, word of mouth, and obviously people, liked our style on the block and believe that we have something that they like. So they reach out on Instagram and email and just through other people and things like that. But yeah, we're super busy. I mean, not with just that stuff. We've got our own project at the moment. I'm launching my own plumbing business as well. So there's plenty on the books.
Yeah, wow. All right, we'll get into that in a second, because I'm very keen to find out what you guys are up to, as well as the other stuff I know about. But let's quickly play a clip from Renovate Rebuild. So this is where we pretty much first met on this on location, and this was our in-show conversations. Let me quickly play that one.
Now back on site at Burleigh, Team Rebuild talked to Roshan from Energy Matters about more ways they can save Dallas and Nick money.
Right, so Rosh, we have the unique position now that we get to design our roof line around a solar system that can erase their power bill altogether.
Rosh is our Renovate or Rebuild go-to for all things tech. He's looking at ways to use the latest in energy tech developments to help our homes use the environment to their advantage and ultimately save our homeowners money.
Major things to consider here really is the orientation of the roof. Mm-hmm. So as we've established already, they've got beautiful views. Current roof line, its northern aspect, which is fantastic for solar power.
Well, I think we're going to basically keep a similar roof line. It's obviously going to be higher because we're going 2 stories high, but it might even be split in the middle because they want to get a void in the middle of the house.
So I had a look at the bill that you guys sent me before. I put that into one of our calculators just to assess what size system they'd need. What we'd like to be recommending for this particular property is the Longy solar panels. They've got an absolutely amazing panel. It's around 415 watts, which gives it way more efficiency per panel. Now what that means is you need less surface area to get a much larger system. In this scenario, that would require about 24 panels.
Yeah, as long as we can get them, a $0 electricity bill.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the main aim. Yeah.
What's quite funny is I couldn't actually answer that question about a $0 bill, because it's like, There's a lot of variables.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yep.
I mean, obviously since that show, and it was awesome to work with you guys on it, and you were fantastic all the way throughout the series, which is, so well done, guys. I mean, what did you like most about being on Renovate Rebuild, and really what the show stands for?
I think it really opened our eyes up to sustainable living in a whole range of different areas. I mean, for myself previously, I always just thought double glazed windows was for the colder areas to keep warmth in. We never really thought about it being for cool, or, how important insulation is. We knew insulation was important, but we didn't know it played such a massive role in energy bills. I mean, you don't really think about how much energy you're using all the time until you actually get it put into your mind how much you are using. So, I mean, these informative podcasts and TV shows, I think, are so important to Australia because people just don't know, or they just don't understand it completely, because, I mean, there's so many things out there, and you can't grasp exactly what you need to do or what you can do at your house until you get informed.
That's exactly right. And there's no other TV shows out there that are that informative in this way. And we love that there's the design aspect of it, but there's also the information. So you're learning so much about how to save costs around your home and make it more energy efficient, which is something that I think everyone should be wanting to do in their home. It's just it's something we have definitely always wanted to do. So then when we were approached by Renovate or Rebuild, we were like, wow, this is like something we're really passionate about.
Well, it's dollars in your pocket at the end of the day, isn't it?
Exactly.
Absolutely. And that's the reality. I mean, I suppose what a lot of people don't understand is, like, it's twofold, right? There's the being completely honest with you guys, unfortunately in the industry that we work in, or that I work in, 90% of the choice to go solar power isn't about the environment. It's all about saving cash. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong about that whatsoever, because fundamentally everybody's paying for their electricity bill every 3 months, and that bill doesn't go down. It has a habit of going up, and we're using more and more electrical devices every single day, iPads, even home pods now to talk to Siri or to Alexa or whatever, and that's just going to keep on going up. So people want to find a way to get control of their electricity bill, and installing renewable energy technology, solar power and batteries does that. It's now proven to reduce your costs. But then the major point of it really is, and which is what Energy Matters flies the zero carbon flag, you're reducing your carbon footprint. I mean, by being net zero at home and even pushing it as far hard as you can to go zero carbon, I mean, that's going to save our planet. And obviously as parents, you guys are parents, I'm a parent. I mean, that's so important. And I think it's just time for everyone to pull their head out the sand and just understand the difference that they can make.
Yeah, 100%, man. I mean, it's proven that we are damaging the earth as humans, and it doesn't. It's going to take a lot to change it, and if we can all do our little bit, it's going to make a big difference.
That's exactly right. It only takes one household, every household, to do something little to make a change in the whole universe. It's something that needs to be done. And
you're so right. It is. It's just small steps. I mean, it's not massive. Just take small steps. Whatever you can do, whatever's practical, whatever's realistic, whatever's inside of your budget. It doesn't matter, And it's just progressive. Everyone's progressively taking a bigger step and moving forward. Absolutely, we save our planet, guys. With your new build, and I'm very excited. I can't wait to see photos of it. I mean, what sort of technology? What sort of what are you going to be doing to that home to have it be a bit closer to net zero and improve your energy rating?
Well, we're going to have double glazed windows throughout. Hopefully, Ultimate Windows will be going through those guys, and they're awesome. On the Renovate Rebuild show. They have an amazing product. And I mean, it's the UPVC window as well. So using those UPVC products rather than mining and things like that. So, I mean, there's a few things like that. We're going a big solar system with a battery, insulation everywhere, obviously, and Bondor paneling on the roof. I mean, there's so many facets of a build that you need to consider now, like home automation. I mean, we'd never, a lot of people think that home automation is so far out of reach. It's a luxury item, but it's really not anymore. I mean, the technology is so common now, and there's so many companies out there doing it that it's actually really affordable and makes so much sense that you can use your appliances, like you can set your dishwasher and things like that all on timers through these home automation systems. So they're being used in off-peak or used when your battery's fully charged and things like this. So it's really been an eye-opener planning this renovation.
It's really good, actually. And it's awesome to hear you guys talking about that as well, because it really is. A lot of people would think, it's a bit ahead of the curve, I'm not ready for that. But it's really not. I mean, there's so much stuff available now. And as you're saying, just setting timers around, and using home automation to set those timers, it's just has to be so much more efficient. Our lighting comes on automated when it's dusk. So as soon as obviously Melbourne, it gets dark quite late in Melbourne. So that time that the lights come on varies depending on the time of the year. But now just before 8 o'clock at night, the lights pop on, and we don't touch the light switches. We just allow that to happen because we know it's the right time and the most appropriate time for lighting to come on. So look, it's awesome. And once again, I mean, I'm assuming that your home, once it's complete, will feature on Open Homes Australia. So.
Possibly, maybe some other things. Who knows? There's a few things that might pop up with it. I mean, it's going to be. We're not building a monstrous house, so we are renovating, but we're trying to keep it in a budget that people can relate to. I mean, we're not going over and above that people are going to see that and go, oh, that's out of our reach. I mean, because we want to keep it in a budget as well. I mean, in our front of mind is overcapitalizing. You know, you don't want to do that sort of stuff. So, I mean, it's going to be an amazing house. I mean, we can't wait to have the entertaining area because we are entertainers. So that is very important to us to have a very big and inviting entertaining area. So that's first on the cards pretty much.
Oh, your shed. I thought your shed was
the shed too. That's just
Absolutely. The man zone is a priority.
Absolutely.
Oh, definitely. And I'm fine with that. Go for it.
Yeah.
You get him out of the house.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Mezzanine floor with a bed up there. Thanks for coming.
Love it. Well, I'm sure myself and Sam, when we're next traveling up, we'll be knocking on your door, Jimmy. Where are you?
Absolutely.
Go for it. Go for it.
Good stuff. So, look, if you were to give anyone listening or watching today some advice in terms of going zero carbon, what would be the 2 or 3 things or small changes that you'd recommend to those guys that they could do?
I think, coming from a Queensland side of things where our houses, a lot of houses are built about 900 mil off the ground. And I'm a plumber, so I've spent a lot of time under houses and no one has underfloor insulation. It's very rare that there's any underfloor insulation. So you're losing all of that heat and cooling, which in turn is using more energy. Roof insulation's gotten a lot better in the last 10 years, but prior to that, it was very minimal. So I think insulation is a massive part of that, because if you are heating and cooling, and I mean, because of the weather up here, the humidity, air cons do come on a fair bit. So, I mean, if you can get that insulation in, then you're not going to be using as much power in your air cons or your heater, depending on the time of the year. I think there's a few other points as well with windows.
Yeah, I also think that if you are in the process of designing your house, make sure you're putting your house in the right position just to create, the northern light. You need to take advantage of the northern light, because that's something that's going to benefit you in your power bill as well, and just using the right products along the way.
I mean, to be fair, that's what's been amazing about Renovate Rebuild. I mean, I know nothing. I've got no trade background. I mean, I'm an engineer and from degree level, but I know nothing about building a property, and we want to start build next year, and just watching Renovate and Rebuild, it was almost like doing a course, because the amount of things you're finding out about what to do in terms of positioning the home, capturing light, where the bedroom should be, where the lounge or the kitchen should be. I mean, it's absolutely fascinating. But then in every single, if you actually be that specific and that organized, I mean, the energy, that's what controls the energy rating, right? I mean, you're really capitalizing on natural positioning and natural lighting and airflow, so you don't need to use energy. And then when you do need to use energy, great, you've got solar power and batteries.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. And there's so many older houses out there that they didn't really think that way back in the day. They got the block of land, they put the house on it, and that was it. There was no thought into which way the house was orientated, any of that sort of stuff. So it's eye-opening going through all of those design aspects with the architects that we're working with.
Yeah, definitely. And even using products like doing like a concrete floor that absorbs all the heat into it, which then, keeps the air in your home, and just things like that. I would never have thought about that. I would have thought about it from an aesthetic point of view and thinking that looks amazing, but then it actually has a purpose, which is incredible.
It's amazing. I'm definitely going to be picking your brains when we come around to it. I mean, which is a blessing about working on these shows. You guys are, so got your finger on the pulse, and at the same token, you're going through the process yourselves. Once again, it's taking everything you've learned from the block, everything you're learning from working on home improvement, and now implementing it into your own property. So, it'll be exciting. So obviously the build is one thing that's coming up for you guys. What else? What's next for you? I mean, now you've got this experience, you've taken from the block, you've, thrown into stardom, you're handling it incredibly well, you're down to earth, you're lovely people. What's in store for Jimmy and Tam?
Well, season 2 of Renovate Rebuild starts in a little while, so that's on the cards. Still doing some hosting with Open Homes Australia.
Yep.
I'm about to launch my own plumbing business.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So that's I've already got people lined up, ready, waiting for me to launch. But
he does.
And then Tam's got her projects as well.
Yes, yeah. I'm doing a bit of styling on the side, which is fun. I've got an Airbnb that I'm doing at the moment that's nearly done. So
awesome.
That's going to be pretty cool. Yeah, yeah. So
where's the Airbnb?
It's in Budrum.
Oh, fantastic. So, guys, look out for Tam's Airbnb. I will restart Airbnb in Budrum.
Yes. No, it's going to be pretty epic. The house actually has a rainforest in the back garden with a full waterfall as well, which is absolutely incredible. Like you don't find that anywhere. So, yeah, it's pretty spectacular.
Oh, my word. Well, I can't wait. So once that's done, let me know. And we're looking for an Airbnb when we're able to cross the border.
I'll
certainly.
We'll keep you posted.
Mate, Thank you so much. Well, guys, thank you so much for being on today's episode. I do appreciate it. You've been absolute superstars. I knew you would be. So thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
You're very, very welcome. I look forward to seeing you soon, Jimmy. I think we'll be filming it together a few times actually for open homes in the coming weeks, more than likely after Christmas, maybe before. So we'll see. But guys, we'll catch up with you guys very soon.
All right, mate. I'll see you soon. Thanks, Rosh.
Thanks, guys. So before we finish up, guys, just really quick, remember that you can get 3 quotes to go, or up to 3 free solar quotes and a free energy bill assessment via our website at ngmatters.com.au. So please feel free to jump online. And if you've enjoyed what you've seen today, please feel free to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. For now, my name's Rosh. This is Energy Matters, Road to Zero, and see you next time. Thank you.